This video was brought to you in part by the supporters of the AMTV Patreon. Thank you. Hello, and welcome to this year's run of Christmas specials on the Ident Review Extra, the show where we take a look at one individual ident each episode and give it the review it deserves. And this time we're taking a look at the festive sequences that represented BBC1 in the 1990s. Grab that warm brew as we go back to 1992. After major visual changes to its presentation in 1991, the BBC had somewhat found its footing in the 90s, by the time the following year was drawing to a close. It had long-running programmes maintaining their success such as EastEnders and Casualty, and new programmes were being shown to millions of viewers eagerly tuning in. For Christmas time, the BBC once again introduced special festive idents for both BBC1 and BBC2. The younger channel went for a Christmas tree motif, with the colours of the season, red and green, being hard to miss. So for BBC1, it seems we panned the camera down to what's under the tree. Now, let's have a look and see what we've got this year.
Meanwhile, I think I'll just sit back and let you introduce the next programme.
Bit of a mixed bag this one. On the surface, I really like what we see. The idea of the one numeral being amongst a plethora of Christmas presents is a really fun idea. Amongst the gifts we can see a crocodile, a snowman, various toys, and even a Christmas pud. A streak of light hits the one, which begins to shine like the star that ironically is normally found on top of the tree. We get some quick reactions from the crocodile, and the snowman continues to bob up and down in levitation, which, if I'm honest, feels a little unnerving after a while. Having the one as a sort of shining star is a great concept, but beyond everything I've just mentioned, there isn't a huge amount more to look at. With all of the toys and gifts dotted around, I think there could have been a great opportunity to animate more of them, give the whole sequence a lot more life and movement. Don't get me wrong, this is far from the worst ident I've ever seen, but after what we saw from BBC1 after 1990 and 1991, this I would argue serves as a bit of a letdown. The Christmas of 1992 is a case of two halves. On one hand, the ident presented here is a lovely homage to some of the joys of Christmas, finding presents under the tree, some of them coming to life, all in a raft of gorgeous red, green and gold colours. So from a purely visual appeal standpoint, this ident is a success. However, the lack of animation, the lack of anything else really happening, for me at least, as a viewer, leaves me wanting a lot more. But it still feels like Christmas, and in my opinion, at the very least, that's what a Christmas ident should set out to achieve. With 1993 around the corner, could BBC1 bring it back to a creative high for Christmas? Join me next time to find out. And so that brings us to the end of another episode of the Ident Review Extra. If you enjoyed this throwback to 1992, then please leave a like, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe to the channel for lots more ident-related content. I've been Martyn from AMTV, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Well, that does bring us to the end of another day here on AMTV. We do hope you enjoyed the programme, and a special thank you to our patrons for helping to support the show, and to everyone who's tuned in. Until the next broadcast, we wish you a good night.